Hello there, this is DBT and these are the rooms. And alright, let's continue talking about Asphalt Legends Unite because today Black Friday season just started and with it comes a lot of events, a lot of things that we're gonna have a look at, like the Unite Pass and its exclusive card, the Rimac Nevera Time Attack. We're gonna have a look at the events like the Burst of Speed, of course, all of the showcases, the car hunt. We're also gonna have a quick look at the multiplayer 2 and the free tries of the cars, and finally the most important point, of course, the special event for the car that you see on the screen right now, and that's of course the Bugatti Mistral. Before I go into all of that, you know what to do. If you like my content, please hit the like button on this video right now. When you do that, you tell YouTube that this is worth recommending to more people, and in that way, the channel can continue growing and I can continue making these videos and deep dives for you. So go ahead, do it for DBT, and subscribe while you're at it. It's free, so go ahead, do it for DBT. But alright, so the very first thing that we're gonna have a look at is the Unite Pass, because there's something interesting about it. We all were wondering, when I say we all, I mean I was wondering, what was gonna happen with the free car, the Rimac Nevera Time Attack, because that is a key car, and I'm like, please don't tell me it's gonna be like the Raging Bull a couple years ago. No, it's not. It's actually pretty alright. So, over here in Tier 1, you're just able to unlock the car, obviously so long as you pay the premium for the Unite Pass, which is the regular price of about $10. So you pay that, you have access to the stuff as normally Unite Passes work, but you get the key for the rematch right away. It's not at the end, it's nothing like that. You can get it right away. No strings attached, and I love to see it. Like I just mentioned, in Raging Bull years ago, it was a similar situation where there was a rare key car in the Unite Pass, but it was at the end, and getting towards the very last stage was nearly impossible unless you had an amazing garage. It was terrible. It was a terrible situation. Over here, it's not like that at all. You just pay your premium, you get your car, and that's it. Other than that, it doesn't have a whole lot else interesting. You know, there's always going to be some wildcards, some currencies, the rewards for the Unite Pass, like the extra fuel, trade tokens, whatever, right? It has blueprints for some of the cars that are going to be featured, like the Aston Martin Vantage B12. Now, there's something peculiar about this. There was going to be a car hunt, a Grand Prix 4-days car, but actually today, GameLove just confirmed that they won't be able to do the Grand Prix 4 days, so they changed it for the 𝐁𝐔𝐆𝐓𝐓7, but they said that this will return at some other point. So yeah, there is that. Other cars that will be featured throughout this season are going to be like the Apollo Intense Emozione, the Rimac Nevera, obviously some blueprints for the main car, the Rimac Concept 1, we have over here as well the Bugatti Chiron. What else do we got? Some blueprints for the Bugatti Mistral, some epics, tokens, the normal stuff. 100 overclock chips over here, some epics for the Rimac, and at the very end you can get an additional 30 blueprints for the Rimac. In theory, this should be enough, along with all the ones that you got throughout the rest of the season, to reach the second star, because once you unlock the car with the key, you get it at 1 star. To take it to the second, you need 40 blueprints, and that should be enough throughout the entire season. So there you go, in case you wanted to take the car to 2 stars for some reason. Now, if you want to take it higher than that, you're gonna have to spend tokens in buying the packs for it, but hey, you know, that's kind of how it always works. So alright, that is as far as it goes for the Unite Pass. Now, let's have a look at the daily events, the time-limited events, because, oh boy, there's a lot of them. We got the normal stuff like the Overclock Showcase, which is gonna, well, give you a free try of all of the cars that are overclockable this particular season. We got the Ferrari F50, Apollo 𝐈𝐒, Mercedes-Benz SLR McLaren, the Essenza SCV12, the McLaren 570S, the Glickenhaus 007, the one that I mentioned that is going to have the Grand Prix this time instead of the Aston Martin. We got the McLaren Senna, the Fordzilla P1, Naran Hyper Coupe, and the Bugatti Mistral. So all of these are free tries, so if you want to test out the Bugatti Mistral, well, that's your opportunity right there. Now, keep in mind, this is obviously overclocked, so it's going to perform a little bit better than it normally would, but hey, there you go. So that is the Overclock Showcase. Then we also have the Black Friday Season Showcase, which is going to be where, with the same cars that I just mentioned, so long as you own them, you can get a bunch of tokens. It's exactly the same cars, obviously just at whatever stars you have them, or if you don't have them, then you cannot use them. You get the idea. This is the normal stuff, nothing changes over there. Now, there's also the Legend Pass Showcase, in which you actually get a free try of the Rimac Nevera Time Attack at gold stats. So if you want to check out how it feels and whatnot, this is your opportunity to drive it and see how much you like it. Maybe this will get you to buy the Legend Pass. That is obviously the idea. Wait a second. It's called Legend Pass Showcase, no Unite Pass Showcase. See, this is why it's confusing, all right? It's not my fault. We also have this thing called the, weekdays, Black Friday weekdays, And I don't know how this is going to work. I don't know if this is going to be repeating events or what. It has a bit of tokens, some blueprints for the Apollo Intensa Emozione, some credits and whatnot. So I don't know. I think it's curious. At least you get a bit of blueprints for the Apollo in case you want to get that car. Now, I'm going to look also at the burst of speed, but not just yet. I'm going to jump into the car hunt for the Brabham BT62, which was the community choice for the car hunt. Now, this is a key hunt, which means that because this is a key car, you need to get the car to the 5th star, to the maximum amount of stars in order to guarantee getting the key. Now, if you would like me to make a video testing this car in multiplayer, let me know in the comments. I think it would be pretty fun to do, but hey, let me know. Because to be completely honest, if you are thinking of this car for MP1, I don't think you're gonna need this. This car, it's really good, it's very fun, but it's nothing out of the ordinary, and given how MP1 works and how there's a mix of classes and whatnot, this is not a car that you're gonna need. Similar to when I talked about the Porsche, whatever, the key hunt that happened some weeks ago, I said the same thing. It's like, it's a Class C car. You don't need it for MP1. In fact, it's very likely that you're gonna need mostly for MP1 Class B and A, obviously S if you have, but Class C, I don't know. So only if you want this car, you should go for it. If you really want it, especially again, because it's a key hunt, you need what, like 130 blueprints or something. It's a beautiful car. I love it. I already have it, but yeah, there is that information. Speaking of car hunts, the one for the Aston Martin V12 Vantage or Aston Martin Vantage GT12. That's it. This car hunt is also still going. You can still get your blueprints and also go for your attempt to go for some epics. All right, let's talk about burst of speed, because oh boy, first of all, I gotta say that I'm really disappointed at one thing. They didn't include the letter of the class that we're looking at. Why? Because this is Class A, so it should have an A. This one is Class S, should have an S. This one is also Class S, it should have another S. What does it spell? I don't know, I'm bad at spelling, but I wish it had that. But anyway, let's have a look at the actual burst of speeds. Now, over here you can get tokens. If the car it's a key car, then you get a free try. If it's not a key car, then it's not a free try. So because of that, for example, I cannot use the Fordzilla P1, but I can do the 𝐁𝐔𝐆𝐋𝐓𝐈 because it's a key car, and well, there you go. And you can get a decent bunch of tokens if you can beat the time. I haven't tried it, obviously, as you can tell, so I don't know how possible these times are. Normally, this one should be, well, not for the Fordzilla, because I cannot use the Fordzilla, but for the Jag. Normally, the first one, it's easy. This one is harder, and you need to be considerably good at manual in order to get it. So yeah, keep that in mind. And by the way, obviously it was Fordzilla and the Jaguar. Here for classes, the mid classes, we have the Torino Design Super Sport and the Lycan Neon Edition. These are going to be the two cars featured over here, and both of them are key cars, so you get the free tries. So that's another opportunity to get a bunch of tokens from this if you can beat the times. And then for the high tier Class S cars, we have the Deus Vayan and the Zenvo Aurora Tour. The Zenvo is not a key car, so you don't get a free try, but for the Vayan, you do. So there you go, you can get some additional tokens from that. Now, here comes the funny one, the last one. And I said that it's a funny one because, whoops, 𝐁𝐔𝐆𝐓 made an oopsie. Now, it has been already fixed, so don't get your hopes up. But when this event released, I don't know, what was it, like almost 12 hours ago, for a little while, it did not have the requirement of stars. So that meant, because all of these cars are key cars, you have a free try, and it didn't have any requirement of stars. So long as you could beat the time, in this case 35 seconds, with this car at 1 star, you could just get the car. And it was not only that, it was all of the cars. So there were a bunch of people that were able to snatch the Torino Design Super Sport, the Jag, the Vayan, and the Lycan Neon Editions, all of them because of a little oopsie by 𝐁𝐔𝐆𝐓. It is what it is. Unfortunately, I wasn't awake. It was like 3 a.m. for me, so that was not doable. But still, people were able to get it, so congrats to all of the owners of these cars because, well, now you got them. Now, if you're curious how the cars are spread in the packs, here they are in the shop. You can buy them for 75 tokens or 750 for 10 packs. The first one is going to have the Vayan, the Torino, and the Jag XJR9. Those are the first version of the packs. The other pack is going to have the other cars. The Zenvo Aurora Tour, the Lycan Neon Edition, and the Fordzilla. Honestly, I think if you're just going for collecting a couple of cars, this is the better one. Because of 3 cars over here, 2 are not key cars. Why does that matter? Because if it's a key car, you need to get it to 6 star before you can unlock it in the Burst of Speed time limited event. while these only need the blueprints. Now, they do need a ton of blueprints, that is for sure, but it's still much easier to get these cars to 1 star than to get in the other pack the cars at 6 stars in order to get the key. So I don't know, I will consider maybe going for this pack on the Switch because I do want the Forzilla, but we'll see. I don't know, we'll have to see how that goes. I have some choices to make over there. Now, real quick, I want to have a look at multiplayer, specifically MP2, where we have free tries of cars. What are the free tries? Well, I won't be able to list them all, but here we go. We got the Deus Vayan, we got the Bugatti Chiron, the regular one. We also have the Jag XJR9, the Forzilla P1, we have the Aston Martin Valkyrie. What else do we have around here? There's a few more, definitely. I saw them earlier. Okay, there it is. The Lycan Hypersport, regular one. And Apollo Intensa Emozione, the Aston Martin Vantage GT12. And there might be some more, but I don't know. That should give you an idea of the free tries. Just in case, you know, those are rare cars. Some of them are rare cars, and if you want to drive them a little bit, there's your opportunity to do so in MP2. I really like this change where now we have the free tries in multiplayer too. I think this is a great thing, so it's a great opportunity for people to experience a little bit those cars and maybe get interested in acquiring them. But yeah, all right, I think it's time to get to the main topic of this video. And that is, of course, the Bugatti Mistral special event. Mistral? I don't know. All right, so there are a bunch of stages, bunch of cars required and whatnot, but I did the full breakdown on this thing on a spreadsheet, but even then it's a little bit difficult to understand because there's just so many variables around here. First, I want to kind of define three terms that I'm going to be using. We have the main car of the event, which is the Bugatti Mistral, main car. Then for each stage, there's going to be 2 cars that you can use. For example, here in the stage 1, we're going to have the Aston Martin Vulcan, which I call it the support car, and then we have the Jaguar XJR9, which is going to be the featured car. These are the 2 terms that I'm going to be using the most. So once again, the common car is support. This one, the rare one, is the featured car. Now, another thing that is going to get a little bit confusing is how I separated things, because excuse me, for basically all of the stages, there are 2 sections. There is the easy section, which has very little requirements or is with a common car. In this case, you can see over here, it doesn't have any requirements. This one does require the Jaguar XJR9, but it doesn't have any star requirement. And all of them are going to be free try. All of these, the rare cars, have a free try. So over here, this is still on the easy side of the special event. And then there is the difficult side of the special event where you need, specifically in this case, the Jaguar XJR9 at 2 stars. Remember, it's a free try, but it's a free try at 1 star. Only if you have it started up further is when you have access to this type of thing. So this is going to be the difficult side of the special event. I know, it's going to get confusing. I'll do my best to try to explain it. Spreadsheet jump scare. All right, here we go. So this is the breakdown of the entire event, Bugatti Mistral, special event, and whatnot. You can see on the green side, I have what it's the easy side. That's why I put it over here. On the blue, it's the harder or difficult side. So once again, the easy side is things that you can do with the support car or even with the feature car, but with a free try at 1 star. So you don't need to have done anything with that other than, you know, doing the race with the free try, as opposed to this side where you need to start them up. All right, so over here you have all of the stages and you have how many conditions are required in order to unlock the stage. So for example, to unlock stage 4, you need to have 50 conditions done. Don't worry, this is gonna matter a little later. So for the first stage, we have the Aston Martin Vulcan. You only need to own it. You don't need it to any specific star count. So long as you own it, you can do this. And over here, you can get 3 blueprints for the featured car, which is the one on this side. So on this side, you're gonna be able to get 3 blueprints for the Jaguar XJR9. Then you get no tokens, and that's it. On the difficult side, you need to own the Jaguar at 2 star. Well, you don't need to own the car. So long as you have it at 2 star, even if you don't have it, you don't own it, you can have it at higher, more than 1 star, right? If you got blueprints or whatever. So if you have the car at 2 star, then you have access to get 3 blueprints for the Bugatti Mistral, no epics for a featured card, and you get 90 tokens over here, right? Now, you're gonna see that this is very consistent on the way that this is set up. So for example, in the second stage, we need the Nissan GTR Nismo, you'll need to own it, and you can get 3 blueprints for the Bordzilla. Obviously, you can get some credits and some packs for other stuff, but I don't list them off because otherwise this would be a ginormous spreadsheet, so I'm just considering the main rewards, right? On the difficult side, you need to have the Bordzilla at 2 stars, and then you can get 3 blueprints for the Mistral plus 90 tokens. Stage 3 is gonna be a full-on free try at 6 stars of the Bugatti Mistral. That's why it's over here on the easy side. What can you get over here? Mainly 60 tokens. That is the main thing, and there's nothing to do on the difficult side because once again, it's all a free try, so it's on this side. Then for the next stage, stage 4, we need the Ferrari J50. You need to own it. You get 3 blueprints for the Valkyrie. And then, if you have the Valkyrie at 2 stars, you can get 3 blueprints for the Mistral and additional 90 tokens. Next up on stage 5, you need the Icona Volcano, at least to own it. You get 3 blueprints for the Naran. And on the difficult side, you need the Naran at 2 stars. You can get 3 blueprints for the Mistral plus 90 tokens. And stage 6, we have the same thing as before. A full free try of the Bugatti Mistral, 6 stars. You get 60 tokens, and that's it. Next up, we got the Ferrari FXXK. You need to own it. And you can get 3 blueprints for the Torino Design Supersport. And on the difficult side, you need the Torino. At 2 stars, you get 3 blueprints for the Mistral plus 90 tokens. And finally, at stage 8, we got the Lycan Hypersport, the regular version. You need to own it, and you can get 3 blueprints for the Lycan Neon Edition. Now, on the difficult side, if you have the Lycan Neon Edition at 2 stars, you get 3 blueprints for the Mistral and 90 tokens. And then finally, the last free try of the Bugatti Mistral, just like the previous 2. Free try at 6 stars, you can get 60 tokens, and that's about it. Now, from here on, it's where things get a bit more difficult, because over here, you need, for stage 10, you need to have the Aston Martin Vulcan at 4 stars. If you have the Aston Martin at 4 stars, you can get 120 tokens, which is, nice. And on the difficult side, you need to have the Jaguar XJR9 at 6 stars. Straight up 6 stars. What a jump from 2 to 6. But yeah, you need to have it at 6 stars, and you can get 5 blueprints for the Mistral, 1 epic for the Mistral, and 1 epic, as it says over here, for the featured card, meaning for the card that you're using, the Jaguar XJR9. So if you have the Jag at 6 stars, you can get 1 epic for it. There's no tokens to acquire over here. And it's the same for the next one, right? You need the Nissan GT-R Nismo at 4 stars, basically at max stars. And you can get 120 tokens from it. Then you can, on the difficult side, you need the Bordzilla at 6, and it's the same rewards. 5 blueprints for the Mistral, 1 epic for the Mistral, 1 epic for the Bordzilla. Next up, we have the Ferrari J50, max stars. You can get 120 tokens from it. And on the difficult side, you can get, you need to have the Valkyrie at 6 stars. Same thing, 5 blueprints for the Mistral, 1 epic for the Mistral, 1 epic for the Valkyrie. Next up, we got the Icona Volcano, max stars, and here it changes a little bit where it's 150 instead of 120 tokens. So 150 tokens, and that's it. On this side, you need the Naran Hyper Coupe, and over here you can get actually 8 blueprints for the Mistral, 1 epic for the Mistral, and 1 epic for the feature card, which is the Naran Hyper Coupe, and I just noticed an error. Let me fix that. Alright, there you go. For some reason I had Naran over here repeated, but no, it's different cars. Alright, so in stage 14 you need the Ferrari FXX max stars, you can get 150 tokens. And on the difficult side you need the Torino Design Supersport 6 stars, same thing. 8 blueprints for the Mistral, 1 epic for the Mistral, 1 epic for the Torino. Finally, in this stage, you need the W Motors Lycan Hypersport, the regular version, max stars, 150 tokens. And on the difficult side, you need the Neon Edition at 6 stars, 8 blueprints, 1 epic for the Mistral, and 1 epic for the Lycan Neon. And then finally, stage 16, the very last one, there is nothing for you to do on the easy side. Because in order to participate in this one, you already need to own the Bugatti Mistral. Now over here, you can have it at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stars, and depending on how many stars you have it is the rewards you can get. But assuming you have it at 6 stars, the maximum rewards you can get is going to be 14 blueprints for the Mistral, which is kind of silly, right? Because you have it on max, but you get the idea. 2 epics for the Mistral, and an additional 525 tokens. And then that's it. Stage 17 is the competition, so that is only if you own the car, and then, you get to do the competition thing and whatnot. So that is a breakdown of the event. But there's something else that I wanted to talk about this event where it's a little bit tricky, because there's an additional, small, but additional layer of difficulty in making progress. Because over here, it sounds fantastic, right? It's almost 1,000 tokens that you can get over here, but it's not as easy because there's a bit of a roadblock. And for that, I hit a couple of cells over here, or columns, related to the conditions. Now, over here, It's the maximum conditions that you can get in each one of these stages. For example, on the easy side, you can get 18 conditions in any and all of these stages. On this same stages, on the difficult side, you can get an additional bunch of conditions. Now, I left a space over here so that we can fill it up and it'll give you an idea. You will see that this is already marked green because this means this stage is unlocked because it didn't have any requirement. Now, let's say that I do have the Aston Martin Vulcan and I do all of the conditions and I managed to get, indeed, 18 conditions done over here. I'm gonna write it down and it reports down here and also up here. Now, what that did is that it tells me this now highlighted green because now this is unlocked because I have 18 conditions done in total and I only needed 15 to unlock, right? So that's great. So let's say that I don't have any of the difficult cars at any higher stars or anything. I only have the basic stuff. So how much progress can I make? Well, it looks pretty good because I did 18 conditions over here. That's great. In the next one, I'm going to do another 18 conditions because I do everything. Fantastic. Then for the Bugatti Mistral, I do the 18 conditions as well. Great. You can see how it continues unlocking, right? So now I'm unlocked all the way over here. Obviously, this is also locked by date, but whatever, you get the idea. So over here, I do another 18 conditions. Oh, this is fantastic. Ooh, more. Yeah, sure. For real. This is great. Look at how much progress I'm making. Oh my God, I'm going to get suffer. I'm going to finish this event. Oh, wait a second. What's happening here? I have done all of the conditions that I can, but this isn't unlocked. Why? Because the most you could get was 162 conditions. This is the roadblock. Now, it's not a very difficult roadblock. Why is that? So long as you have some tokens, well, it's kind of silly, right? Spend tokens to gain tokens, but hear me out. All that you need is to have any of these cars to a second star. Any of them will do. Why? Because I didn't count any conditions because I haven't been able to do any. But turns out that for some magical reason, I happen to have the Nevera Hyper Coupe at 2 stars. That's a key car, right? Yeah, because at 1 star, obviously, that's already considered because it's a free try. So all you need to is to get the car to a 2nd star, and then I can do 6 additional conditions. It reports here, it gets added over here, and I have 168, and now I finally have access to stage 10, in which I can continue using the easy cars, the Aston Martin Vulcan, and I can get another 18, and then I do the Nissan GTR Nismo, and I get another 18, the Ferrari J50, 18, Icona Volcano, 18, Ferrari FXXK, 18, and finally, this doesn't matter anymore, but because you already have access to the Lycan, and you can get also this done, but even if you do it, you get another 18, and that's it. That's as far as you're gonna get in the easy side, but once again, this all depends on whether or not you have any of these 6 cars on the difficult side to a 2nd star. Once again, the cars that only need blueprints to unlock, that's going to be a nightmare to take to 2 stars because they require a ton of blueprints to unlock plus some additional blueprints to take it to the 2nd star. But the cars that require a key by default are quote-unquote already at 1 star. So all you need to do is take it to a 2nd star. So chances are, if you've been playing this game for a little bit, you probably have any of these cars at a 2nd star, hopefully. And if that is the case, then no worries. You can go ahead and claim your 990 tokens that you're going to be able to get from there, and 18 blueprints for the Mistral. That is not going to help you unlock it, but hey, at least you got your tokens and a bunch of credits and a bunch of things like that. So that is the main breakdown of the event. However, there's also the rewards that you can get as milestones, depending on the conditions that you can get. So for 40 conditions, you get some packs, general whatever packs. 65, you get 2 blueprints for the Mistral. At 90, you get 100,000 credits. 115, 3 blueprints for the Mistral. 200 tokens. At 135, 180 is 4 blueprints for the Mistral. 220 is 250 credits. Actually, 250,000 credits. At 250 conditions, you get 5 blueprints for the Mistral, so that's another, in total, 14 blueprints that you can get over here. At 290, you can get 300 tokens, and finally, at these amounts, you can get some epics also for the Mistral. Now, once again, considering that the amount that you're probably going to be able to get is around this number, at 270, you're going to be able to get all the way up here. So you're not necessarily easily going to get to the 300 tokens, but at least you'll get some packs, 100,000 credits, 200 tokens, and another 250,000 credits. So that is the general progress that you should be able to make if you are a player that has been playing for a while and have the basic cars, but don't have the rare ones. So, like I said, it is a little bit of a complicated breakdown because, again, these events are made precisely to confuse you and be like, I have no idea how much progress I can do. So hopefully this is gonna help you a little bit to figure out how far you can make it. I'm considering making this available for you to edit so that people can... Let me know in the comments if you would like me to make this file available so that you can check it out. You can fill this up in this part, and so that you know how much progress you can make. I'll look into it. But yeah, I just wanted to make this whole breakdown because once again, I thought it was interesting to really see how much progress a regular player can make. And as we have figured out, if you're a regular player and don't have any of this, then you're basically gonna be stuck at this point, not gonna be able to make any further progress. But once again, if you have any of the cars at 2 stars, then you should be fine. And the video may be ending, but I want to do one race with the Mistral because I have not driven it once and I want to see how it feels. What is this car about? No idea. Let's check it out. Fancy looking car, I'm gonna say. I'm not a big fan of roadster type of cars, but I think this is a pretty cool looking Bugatti overall. I really like how the letters Bugatti at the back are, what's the word? Protruding? It's kind of weird, but either way, it's a very fancy looking car. It's actually, well, I guess if you're a person that has a ton of tokens to spend in the burst of speed and you want those cars, well, you can do that definitely and get your cars to 6 stars and unlock a bunch. If you want the Mistral, you definitely are gonna have to make a bunch of progress in this event. I think you need 180 conditions, and then with that you have access to buy the packs. But wait a second, this is not a key car, is it? Wait up, I did not for a second consider that, because yeah, it's not a key car, because otherwise the key would be featured in the special event, right? And I didn't see it. Or is it? Oh, maybe it's at the last stage. You know what, I'm gonna have to check that out. Believe it or not, I did that whole breakdown and only now I started to think like, wait a second, but what about the key? Because yeah, I'm not 100% sure on this, but there is one race with the Bugatti Mistral because I needed to drive it. It's my first race for the season, so might as well. There it is. 180 conditions in order to get to these packs. And indeed, this is not a key car. All you need is 85 blueprints to unlock. So if you really want the Mistral but are not super interested necessarily on the cars of the burst of speed, I think it would be better to not spend on the burst of speed and just do the special event as much as you can. Make sure to get 180 conditions done and then buy the packs for this car if that's what you want. But then again, on the burst of speed, there's also some good cars. So hey, it's up to you how you want to spend your resources if you have tokens to spend. And if not, well, why don't you let me know? Why don't you let me know in the comments? What do you think your progress is going to be? How far will you be able to get in this event? But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. If you enjoyed this, once again, please hit the like button. It takes a while to do these breakdowns and whatnot, but I enjoy doing this explaining, and I hope that it's useful for you in some way. Also, let me know in the comments if this helped you or not. Alright, that's all for now. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.